I decided to go AFK and wait until my spruce tree grew. Later, I realized that for a giant spruce tree to grow, you need to remove any obstacles around it. In my case, these were slabs. Using the diamonds I had, I decided to craft a diamond axe, which allowed me to chop a large amount of wood needed to build a mob farm. I blocked the portal with stone so piglins wouldn't come out and disturb me. A creeper almost killed me. After killing the zombified pigmen that came through the portal, I started chopping wood. Unfortunately, I didn't expect that all the ground would turn into podzol, so I decided to replace it with normal dirt. To prevent this from happening again, I raised each tree a few blocks higher and placed a ladder for easier chopping. For 4 days, I gathered wood to build the farm. I waited until one of the trees grew, chopped it down, replanted saplings, and repeated this several times.
As a result, I managed to obtain about 30 stacks of wooden planks. After going up to the future farm, I continued building its main part. To build it, you need to expand 8 blocks in each direction. After that, I made a small mistake and started filling the space between these extensions. First, you need to raise these extensions along the edges, and only then fill the space to create an area where mobs will spawn. Inside this cross-like structure, zombies and other mobs will fall and then drop down for their future killing. Inside the built cross, you need to place trap doors, open them, and pour water inside. On the platform where mobs will spawn, I place slabs at a distance of 2 blocks from each other to prevent spiders from spawning. As you can see, I did the same on the second floor. Since I had a large amount of wood, I decided to build another floor of the farm to double the resources. On top, to prevent mobs from spawning, I placed torches.
With some difficulty, the farm was completed. It is built in such a way that when mobs fall, they do not die, but remain with a small amount of HP. It is convenient for me to kill them, and additionally, I gain experience levels. After killing a few chickens for food, I put the meat in the furnace to cook. On this farm, a witch spawns with a high chance, so when it spawned, I blocked the tunnel so that new mobs would not interfere with me, and I killed all the unnecessary ones. The witch also has a weakness potion, and if you apply this effect to a zombie villager and feed it a golden apple, it can be cured. It caused me a lot of trouble because it constantly applies a poison effect that leaves me with half a heart of health. I created a separate room for it so that it would not interfere with me.
In the morning, as soon as I woke up, I collected nether wart and my harvest. On the island with villagers, I came up with big plans. In Minecraft, there are 13 villager professions, and each of them sells their own items. But I'm only interested in 6 of them, namely Fletcher, Armorer, Fisherman, Weaponsmith, Toolsmith, Librarian. On Skyblock, we do not have access to a large number of diamonds to craft armor and weapons, but villagers with professions help us with this. If we use the Fisherman and the Fletcher only to earn emeralds, then others, for example the Armorer, at first sells only iron armor. But if you trade with him a bit, he will start selling diamond leggings and boots. Even with enchantments, the same goes for the others. The Fisherman, as I said, is needed to obtain emeralds. Specifically, he buys string in large quantities. The Weaponsmith trades minerals, bells, and enchanted melee weapons. The Toolsmith trades minerals, bells, and tools for harvesting. And the Librarian is even more interesting. He not only trades clocks, compasses, books, and quills, but also enchanted books, which we will use to enchant items to improve them to the maximum. On the island with villagers, I removed all the buildings that I did not need. I wanted to breed the villagers and create places where I could earn emeralds and buy tools and weapons. I turned the largest house into a place where I will breed them, removing the unnecessary roof and windows, making it just a box. I also removed a small unnecessary house that was taking up space. The bones that I get from my farm, I turn into bone meal and grow a large amount of carrots. For fast harvesting, I hold carrots in my left hand and bone meal in my right. This takes the least time. I lured all the villagers into the prepared house using carrots. For several nights in a row, I tried to kill spiders to get string and make beds. With 2 beds, villagers can already breed. I placed 2 beds for them and gave them a large amount of carrots. They passed them to each other, and heart effects appeared. I thought I would already see the first baby villager, but I still did not get one. So I decided not to waste time. I ran to my mob farm, took bones from the chest, and started growing additional carrots for them, because a few stacks are not enough for them. After mining iron from the ore island, I crafted tripwire hooks to build a string dupe machine, which I will sell and use to create beds for more villagers. I collected some materials from the chest and decided to place a string dupe machine near the villagers. Using a bug, it creates a large amount of string. To build it, I went to another world, and before building it on my Skyblock island, I tried to make it here. To build it, you need to use these items and repeat what I do. Unfortunately, after version 1.21, it no longer works. After that, I moved it to my world with some difficulty, but the dupe machine was ready. It produces more than 30 stacks of string per hour. From the string I had already obtained, I made additional beds for the villagers and later gave them even more carrots. Finally, the first baby villager appeared. After clearing unnecessary wooden blocks, I crafted 2 boats. I will use them to transport villagers from one place to another. I started preparing for mass breeding and placing villagers at their workplaces. Specifically, I grew several stacks of carrots from bones. As a result, I got about 10 stacks. Almost all of them I gave to the villagers. The next day, I started building a place where fishermen and Fletcher villagers will stand. This building will be small and simple. First, I marked its size, built wooden columns, placed walls, and a roof. Where the villagers will stand is very simple. But additionally, I added trap doors on top. Without them, villagers could easily leave their assigned places, but their hitbox is larger than the opening, so they cannot pass through. They will buy sticks and string from me for emeralds. All the time, I kept bringing carrots to the villagers. And eventually, their number kept increasing, which made me happy. To move villagers into trading places, I slightly expanded the island area. To create a fletching table, I needed to get flint somewhere, and it only drops from gravel, so I decided to trade with piglins. Taking the last 6 pieces of gold from the chest, hoping it would be enough, I went to the Nether, where I gave it to the piglins. In return, they gave me gravel and several other interesting items, such as ender pearls and fire resistance potions. But my mistake was that I opened a chest near them. They consider that chest theirs, and if I open it, they think I am trying to steal something from them. Almost dying from the piglins, I still managed to escape from the Nether. From the farm, I took a zombie villager, put him in a boat, waited for night, and moved him under a cover so he would not burn in the sun. I crafted a stone shovel to dig gravel faster. Even though the chance of flint dropping is 10%, it took me a long time. While I was breaking gravel to get flint, a wandering trader appeared on my island. Realizing that he had nothing interesting, I killed him and took the leads. On the island where the villagers are, iron golems constantly spawn. This is very good because I can kill them and get iron. For 5 days, I was breeding villagers and transporting them to prepared places for trading string and sticks. When night came and all villagers were sleeping, I woke them up one by one and put them into a boat. Because if I did it during the day, they would sit 2 in one boat or run in different directions. Even so, it turned out that when I brought the first villager, a skeleton got into the second boat. Since I did not have enough space in chests, I crafted another large one where I placed all unnecessary items. Later, I crafted 2 stone axes and went to chop some more wood because there's always not enough of it. When I had already placed 3 traders, I realized that I did not need many Fletchers. So for the third one, I crafted a barrel. And now he buys string for emeralds. For about 10 days, the same routine continued. I grow carrots, give them to villagers. At the same time, I sell string to traders. Then I take 1 or 2 villagers, put them into boats, transport them to trading places, and repeat. My dupe machine turned out to be slightly imperfect. So for automatic collection, I added hoppers and a large chest where the string will be stored. An interesting fact, I did not even notice that due to the large number of villagers, a village appeared where they are. This means that not only iron golems spawn, but also cats. Now I have a large amount of string, which I sold to villagers for several days, earning several stacks of emeralds. The smithy that stood nearby was also taking up space. Instead of it, I can place similar trading spots for other villagers who sell weapons and armor. So I decided to dismantle it a bit. At the end, I decided to add space for one more trader. This is the number of traders I ended up with. They are meant to bring me a large amount of emeralds.
After removing the old blacksmith, I decided that in its place, I would build the same building as for fishermen and fletchers, but now for a toolsmith and a weaponsmith. After bringing the first villagers, they started selling stone tools, and if you trade with them, they will later sell diamond pickaxes and other tools. After preparing the trading places, I slowly started placing villagers into their spots, but without problems, nowhere. Not noticing a creeper that sneaked up on me, it exploded and destroyed almost half of the building and made a hole that needed to be filled. During all this time, nothing interesting was happening. For already 10 days, I have only been trading with villagers. Constantly trading and spending all the earned emeralds, I slightly upgraded my equipment. Now I have a better sword and axe. To trade efficiently with villagers, a large amount of iron is needed, but unfortunately, I do not have enough of it. So during the next days, I decided to make an infinite iron farm. Later, I remembered that I needed leather to enchant items. So I slightly expanded the area near the chickens and pigs for cows and built a pen. After building my way to the mushroom island, I saw 3 cows there, and under a mushroom cap, there was a chest completely filled with mushroom stew. Taking the leads that I got from the wandering trader, I brought them with me. After running to a small desert island, I collected all the sand that was there and smelted it into glass. I started building an iron farm, and around day 60, I had about 12 villagers that I traded with so they would sell me incredibly strong enchanted weapons and armor. In the following days, I will build the iron farm, increase the number of traders, go to the end, kill the ender dragon, and much more. If you like this video and want a continuation, don't be lazy. Leave a like and subscribe. See you soon.